Hey families, Mr. Roney here. I am currently looking through one of the SeeSaw assignments, a math assignment from last Friday, and I noticed that most of our students had the same kind of issue on it, which is totally understandable because Common Core can be a little confusing. But here's my attempt to try to clear this up a little bit because a lot of our final answers were correct, but I can tell the way the worksheet was designed was confusing. So let me go through just an example of what one, maybe two of the problems look like for you so that you can assist your student if needed. Figure doing feedback with one video would be better than doing it 26 times. So here is one of the problems. Dylan used the break apart and distribute strategy to solve a multiplication problem. Look at his work below and write the multiplication problem that Dylan solved. So we gotta write the one that he started with, and then complete the number bond. So these number bonds basically are, we take a big number or a big equation on top, and then we split it up into two or more smaller pieces. So when it said he did 5 times 4 plus 1 times 4, those are the two smaller pieces that he ended up breaking them up into. So 5 times 4 is already given to us, and then 1 times 4 has to be added here. And then on top, the original problem would be 6 times 4. And so he started with 6 times 4 and then broke it up into 5 times 4 plus 4 times 4. So basically, you just write 6 times 4 there, and then our final answer is 24. So this was a little confusing because it showed the work, but it was asking what the original problem was. So that was one of them. Let me do one more here just to make sure we're all on the same page. Okay, so this is one where it's asking us to basically start from the beginning and break this up into two pieces. So this is something we've been working on in person with our in-person students, and it's tricky for them too. But basically, what you can do in multiplication and what we're trying to teach is something called the distributive property. So basically, when we have a big multiplication problem like this, 9 times 4, most third graders cannot do that in their head. It's totally normal. Like, most adults can't do that in their head very quickly. So the trick here is to break up this problem into two smaller problems. So basically, we look at this bigger number here, 9, and we try to break it up into two pieces. So you can break it up however you want, but the two numbers have to add up to 9. So you could do something like 5 and 4. That's probably what I would do here, but you can do 8 and 1 or 7 and 2 or 6 and 3, anything like that. And then we basically have two smaller multiplication problems. So we have 5 times 4 plus 4 times 4. Let me try the text boxes here. I know a lot of you guys like to use that. And I'm aware that showing your work on SeeSaw is not ideal, but you guys have been doing an awesome job. So we've got 5 times 4 plus 4 times 4 equals 9 times 4. So we're basically just carrying over the things that we did here and moving it here. Now, it basically wants us to solve each of these smaller equations. So 5 times 4 ends up being 20. And then 4 times 4 ends up being 16. And then we add those up. Again, like, using a separate sheet of paper on these SeeSaw assignments is probably the best way to do it, because you can't really put 20 and 16 like on top of each other unless you're drawing. So I'm very aware that it's a lot easier to do this on paper. But again, keep up the good work. You guys are doing awesome. And then 20 plus 16 ends up being 36. So 9 times 4 is 36. So I'm very aware that the math it has mostly been correct when I've been looking at it on SeeSaw, but I can tell that the design of the worksheet is very confusing. So a lot of these worksheets are based upon taking a multiplication problem and breaking it up into 2 smaller pieces. I hope that this video helped clear that up a little bit. And again, I truly appreciate all the parents and families who've been working with their students at home, trying to basically be partner teachers and all this. So thank you so much for all that you guys are doing. And I hope this video helped clear up the distributive property a little bit. Have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll talk to you again soon.